Good morning, guys. How you doing today? Today is the 24th, Christmas Eve, and I want to talk about my new phone, the Galaxy. Why? It's not the Galaxy Nexus. It's the LG Nexus. I did have the Galaxy Nexus, and I keep wanting to always say Galaxy Nexus. This is the Nexus 4 from LG, and I've had it for 2 weeks. As of today, it's been 2 weeks. I got the second order when I think it was ordered on the 27th, November 27th, I think it was. So I want to give you my 2 weeks impressions on it, and and let you know what I think about it. First of all, it's the design is fantastic. It's you've got glass on the front, glass on the back. You got this nice little rubber texture on the side, little chrome bezel, rounded edges. It's a fantastic phone, designed well. It's not it's not the thinnest phone out there, but it's definitely not thick at all. I did have the LG Optimus, so same internals and made by LG, and then glass on the back as well. And when I first picked this up out of the box and held it in my hand, it felt smaller to me. And that could have been because of the LG Optimus that I had a big case on it and stuff. But it just felt smaller. It's the same size screen, 4.7, but it just felt smaller. And I think it's just because of the design of it, the rounded edges. It's got this, see if I can get it on camera, it's got this little tapered part right there. I don't know, it makes it, when you're sitting in your hand, it just feels very comfortable, a little more comfortable than when I had the Optimus, even without a case. So I was very surprised how smaller it felt in my hand, being the same size. Maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. For me, I liked it. Just very well made. Absolutely love the look and feel of this phone. And I mean, it's something that you got to get your hands on. I said with all my impressions is you need to go to a store, get your hands on it, and the only place you're going to be able to get your hands on it is T-Mobile, I believe. But check it out. Great design. You can see that everybody wants to show the sparkly back. But I would get a case for it just in case. You drop it, you're going to break the back and the front. And I'm looking for my case that I just took off my phone, and I don't know where it's at. I did get the bumper case for it. Here it is. Fantastic. I'll probably do a review on it or something later on, but it's fantastic. I love this case. I did get a full-size one off of Amazon for like $10. Took about a month to get it, but I finally got it, and I don't have that with me. So I got two different types of cases and stuff. I don't like cases, but I've also never broken a screen either, so pick up a case if you can. Going with that, the screen on this thing, it's a 768 by 1280. I think it's an IPS display. I won't get into all fancy stuff. I don't know the fancy stuff, that's why. Beautiful screen. Absolutely beautiful. Oops, I just installed that. Let me get rid of that. It's a beautiful, 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 beautiful screen. The PPI is 320. I've heard everywhere from 318, 319, 320. I believe it's 320, which is very good. The iPhones is 326. And then obviously the new HD 1080p screens are 446. So, this used to be the best screen, but it's no longer the best screen. Viewing angles are fantastic. Out in sunlight, it's beautiful. I've had a lot of Samsung phones, so I've had a lot of AMOLED screens, and I love this screen better than an AMOLED screen. What am I going to say? The only thing that I've found with this screen is that I'll go in here just because I know it's got the whites are look to me to be a little on the yellow side. Let me see if I got it on. I'll see if this will make any. It's harder to see on camera. I'll put it back to auto. They just look a little yellow to me. When I had this next to my Optimus before I got rid of it, that has the same screen on it. There was a difference in the whites. On here they were a little bit yellow. Excuse me. But so that's the only thing, you know. I don't know why it's the same screen and why it's different on this one, but I've actually gotten kind of used to it. And I mean, they don't look, you know, yellow. They do just look kind of like, you know, not pure white. But I've gotten used to it to the point where I don't even notice it anymore. And you know, whites still look white. They just, if you're coming from an AMOLED screen, you're probably going to notice. If you're coming from some other, even an iPhone screen, you might notice the whites, but you know, it doesn't bother me that much. The other thing is the color saturation on this type of screen is not over exaggerated like it is on a Samsung Galaxy S3 with an AMOLED screen. Those are very, to me, over exaggerated. These are more true to life, which I like. I like my pictures to look like, when I go outside and I look at the sky with my eyes, it doesn't look dark blue. It looks pale blue, and on a phone like this, it looks pale blue. So that's what I like. I like accurate colors, but that's, you know, your preference and stuff. So, but I'm very happy with the screen. Text is extremely detailed. You can see. Okay, I don't even know if the camera will show that up. Get well up there. Doesn't look like it wants to show you, but text is crisp. I mean, I'm not even zoomed in here, and I can read the text. And obviously, you tap in, and then it brings it up. But I mean, you can read text without really zooming in. It's fantastic. Very, very, very good screen. With that, we'll go into the system itself. This is a stock Android phone, 4.2.1. I've had the Nexus 1, I've had the Galaxy Nexus. I never did have the was it the Galaxy Nexus S? Never did have that one. And I've had, you know, a lot of the Samsung Galaxy 3, the 1X. I've had a lot of phones with UIs, and I think I lean toward stock Android just a little bit more, especially now because 4.2 is fantastic. I won't talk a lot about it. I might actually do a separate video on it, but I mean, just the little enhancements like the widgets, I just think are fantastic. And I want to do this now just so you know. I've watched a lot of videos where the guy's trying to show you the widgets and he's doing this. As you see, there's nothing happening. And if you get to this edge, you can pull the widgets over every single time. So I think maybe this is just a kind of keeps you from accidentally going to a widget maybe when you want to unlock. But you see that there's nothing happens, but if you grab the edge and pull it over, it works 100% of the time. Little tip. You know, I love the swipe away notifications that came with 4.1. I love the toggles. I think that, you know, and you can do it with 2 fingers. Works every single time. Fantastic. Just the little things that they put in here. I do have a Nexus 7, so that had been running on the same thing, 4.2.1. So now I have a phone for it. I can't wait to see what like the Galaxy S3 or something's going to do with the toggles up there, since it has its own toggles, or how they're going to handle widgets. I'm curious to see how that is. But 4.2 is fantastic. I mean, I really do believe people are missing out on it, and it sucks that a lot of phones out there haven't even been updated to 4.1 yet, or 4.2. And I think you're missing out until that happens. One reason why I'm really kind of went this direction with the Nexus 4 is for those updates. I got tired of missing out on that stuff. My LG Optimus was still on 4.0.4, I think it was. So I got tired. I didn't want to miss out on what Google is bringing out. So, but like I said, I'm not going to run into it much. Just fantastic. The performance is fantastic. It is a 2 gigs of RAM, 1.5 quad core processor. Apps open up fast. Everything. There's no lag up here. I do notice lag going from apps into widgets. There is a little bit of a micro stutter in there. I mean, if you go slow, it's not there. I mean, it just seems to be a little bit smoother. But if you go real fast, you do kind of notice it. Same thing on my Nexus 7, and I've heard other people say the same kind of thing. I mean, it's not there all the time, but it's there. Is that a processing thing? Is that an Android thing? I think Project Butter did work, but it didn't fully get rid of all the lag. This is just stock right now. I do use Nova Launcher, which completely gets rid of that and makes it even faster. But for this impressions, I did go back to stock. But everything just opens up fast and smooth, and the animations are nice. So it is a very nice system. Going into the camera, it's an 8 megapixel camera. It can record 1080p. I haven't done that many recordings on it, so I'm not going to talk about it, but what I've done a little bit looked great. Pictures, I have been impressed with them. Before I got this phone and reading all the reviews and stuff, it kind of went back and forth. Some people didn't think it was very good. Some people liked it. Some people said it was just okay. There's some people did really like it. I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. My LG Optimus, which I don't know if it's the same, had the same camera in it, but was not impressed with it. My Galaxy S3 was not impressed with it. Again, opinions. HTC One X I did like very much. So I was surprised that the camera on this was so good. Again, my opinion on that. I mean, it works for me. I've taken fantastic pictures. I've had to kind of learn how to use the flash on it, because I would take a picture with flash and the pictures would look horrible. They'd come out all purple looking. And then somebody on the forums kind of told me, this is, you do it this way and you'll get better pictures. And let me see, just to kind of show you, see if I can actually show you. I'm on HDR, and then you can see some of the new camera functionalities. You hold that down, and then you can go to and you can do that anywhere. Let me see if so I'm just going to take a picture. Oops, let me do that again. So if I just let it focus, take a picture, let it focus, and I hold down the button until it all stops, then I take a picture. Let's see what they look like. That's with the last one I took with holding down the shutter button and then taking a picture, and then that's with holding it and just taking a picture. It's kind of hard to, but you can see there's a little bit of a difference. This is a little darker looking, but still nice. This is kind of washed out. So it's a little hard to tell by that. But I don't get purple pictures anymore. They come out looking very nice. By just holding it down, letting that flash go, and then turn off, and then releasing, you'll get way better flash pictures, I promise you. But I've taken some fantastic pictures with this. If you can see, try my blog. It's got some pictures that I took just when I got to work. I just snapped a few pictures. I didn't edit them. I didn't do anything. They weren't HDR. They were just plain pictures. They looked fantastic. I've had people tell me they almost look professional. I'm like, I don't take professional pictures with cell phones, but I was very impressed with the camera. So I'm extremely happy with the camera. But again, that's going to be up to you. Battery life with this, as you can see, my thing came on there. Oops. I didn't work with my finger. This was on Wi-Fi. I was off yesterday. This is on Wi-Fi all day. And and you can see I've gotten 1 day 15 minutes, my screen 2 hours to 38 minutes. That to me is actually on a little high side. I'm barely a moderate user with the phone, so that's actually, you know, kind of low. I did listen to Spotify probably for a couple hours last night. So that's, you know, that's not bad, but on a normal work day, I'm on the data 3G all day long, and I can easily get 15 to 18 hours out of my day. Around that 15 mark. By the 9 or 10 hour mark, I'm around probably 25 to 30%. But when I get home and I'm on Wi-Fi and I don't use my phone as much, I can get 15, 16 hours out of battery life pretty easy. So for me, the battery life has been not great, but very good. I'm happy with it. If I can get over close to 15 hours and using it to light to moderate use, I'm happy with that. I carry chargers everywhere I go. So, you know, and it does non-removable battery. You know, the device is not LTE. I get decent data speeds. I'm on AT&T SIM card. I've gotten 5 or 6 on a good day, 3 to 4 on an average day. But I don't see a big difference when I'm looking at web pages and stuff. There are some times when pages do take longer to load, so you may notice a little difference. I don't notice all that much, but sometimes I do. So I'm okay with it. I'm happy with it. I didn't, you know, I was glad that I thought I was like, oh man, I might miss LTE, but I don't. For the price of the phone, which is this is the 16 gig 350 or 300, you know, straight up, that's fantastic. And if I got to sacrifice a little LTE, I can sacrifice it, no problem. Whether the Nexus 5 and 6 comes out, I think they'll probably end up going back to it. I'd like to see it anyway. I'm talking about internal storage, 16. To me, that's the least that I'll go. I do use the cloud service a lot. I use Google Drive for my pictures and stuff. To listen to a lot of my music, I use Amazon. I stream it. You know, I got some pictures on here, so I don't use a lot of memory. 16 is fine with me. Like I said, I use the cloud services, and it works great. So, again, it might be something that you just need more of. With that, any issues, I do get the buzzing sound when I'm on the phone. It's really slight. A lot of times I don't even hear it, and sometimes I think it's gone, and then, you know, I'll get back on the phone and then I can hear it again. So I don't know what that is, but I do get it. It's like I said, it's not bad at all. Doesn't, you know, other people can't hear it. Like I said, sometimes I don't even hear it. The other thing is the phone does get hot in the back, right up in this area, very easily. When I'm on, like I said, at work or some data, within a couple minutes, doing very light things, it gets very warm. Wi-Fi, it gets warm, and not hot. So that is something that I hope they do fix, because it just, sometimes I have to stop using my phone because it feels like it's getting too hot. Other than that, let me think of... I'm very glad that I did buy this device. I absolutely love it. It's one of the best phones I've ever used, and I'm kind of glad that I did go back to a Nexus device with stock Android. It feels comfortable to me. It feels, you know, like I don't have to learn anything over when you go buy these new phones with the UIs. You kind of have to learn the UI. This you don't. It's just very simple. I love the changes they made. You know, is it a perfect phone? No, but it's a fantastic phone. If you are looking, if you're on, you know, AT&T or T-Mobile and you're looking to buy a phone with no contract or something, this is a fantastic phone. It's unlocked. It's going to get updates. We think that there might be a 4.2.2 update for it. We think, you know, when Google wants to update it, it's going to get updated. There's no carrier on this phone at all. There's no carrier that's going to keep you from getting an update. It's going to, you know, when they say we're going to have an update by tomorrow, guess what? You're going to have an update tomorrow. So you know, you do get some benefits with the stock Android. I do still like phones with UIs, but there's something about this phone that I just really, really like. If you can get one and you're interested in it, I would recommend it. But if you need LTE and you need more space, then I'd say I'd recommend the LG Optimus G. I did have that one. I thought it was a fantastic phone. I've had the Galaxy S3. You've got so many great different phones out there to choose from. And you know, think about it. You know, is LTE important to you? Is the more memory important to you? Anyway, and then I'm just going to slap back my case on. This bumper case is fantastic. Paid $20 for it. I did not get it on eBay for $100 like some people were. Love the case. It's fantastic. I'll probably talk a little more about it on another review. This is getting kind of a long review. But I got some pictures on my blog, My Android Impressions at wordpress.com. I got some pictures. I'm going to post this on there and on YouTube. And I've got some impressions of the Samsung Galaxy S3 and the LG Optimus G on there as well. So those are two if you're interested. Anyway, guys, have a great Christmas. That's tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this. It might be a week ago. But have a great holidays and be safe out there. And from a real user, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic phone. Thank you for watching. See you later.